Hello everyone, welcome to Playing in Dirt. My name is Fleur and I am a small space container gardener in Zone 8. So in today's video, we are going to talk about all of the vegetables that we can start in September. Y'all, we are almost at the end of the year. Where did the time go? It just seemed like yesterday was the start of 2025, and now we're approaching the end of the year. I can't believe September is here, but this is my favorite time of the year. I love the weather. I love drinking cinnamon tea. These are the things that I'm looking forward to. In today's video, we are going to talk about all of the vegetables that you can direct sow or that you can start indoors. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So the first vegetable is going to be broccoli. This is the Waltham 29. I've never grown broccoli before. It's my first time and I did start them indoors. Let me show you how they look. Okay, so this is how the broccoli is looking. I started this indoors on August 7th and yeah, it's approaching a month. It's not September yet. Today is August 23rd. I cannot wait until I get some broccoli this season. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And the next on my list is kale. First time growing kale. Now this is the lacinato kale. This is the only variety that I'm trying out. This is how the kale looks. I'm so excited. I have started a lot indoors, y'all, because this variety, it's a smaller variety, so I can fit a lot in a 15-gallon grow bag. I'm not going to put them all in the same grow bag. I'm going to spread them throughout the garden and I'm going to grow them. I'm going to plant them in rotation. I started this almost a month ago, like 3 weeks ago, and I'll start the new batch indoors in a couple of weeks just so we can have a continuous harvest. By the way, I do have a planner on my website and I'm going to also link it in the description. It tells you exactly what vegetables you can start indoors, what you can direct sow outside, based on your zone for every single month. This planner is especially great if you are a new gardener, if you have a small space, if you container garden like I do, because it helps you to maximize your space. That way you grow more food. Go ahead and check it out. It's on my website. I'll also be linking it in the description below. Let's move on to our next vegetable. Now, the next plant to start in September, it's going to have to be cabbage, y'all. Cabbage, cabbage, cabbage. Now, this is going to be my first time growing cabbages from seed. Previously, I've always purchased them. I'm challenging myself to see if I can grow it from seed. I'm going to be growing the golden acre. I don't know how difficult it is to maintain. Hopefully, it's an easy variety. I got it from the Farmer's Almanac. And yeah, that would be the next vegetable to plant in September. I did already start some indoors on August 7th as well. And this is how it's looking. Yeah, so far so good. I already have the containers I'm gonna put them in. Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully I do well with them. I've never grown cabbages from seed before. They're doing okay so far. I will be moving them to the garden, I would say in a couple weeks, into their permanent containers. The next plant to start in September is gonna have to be cauliflower. I did start that from seed as well. It's inside and first time growing cauliflower as well. It's a first for me with a lot of the vegetables that I'm growing. If you are growing them in containers or grow bags, they do require a lot of room to grow. For one cauliflower plant, it needs, I would say, a minimum of 15-gallon container or grow bag. And this is just for one plant, y'all. I'm going to try to grow 3. So we'll see how I do. But cauliflower would be next on the list to start in September. The next on the list is going to have to be carrots. Yes, carrots. So far, I've dropped down 2 varieties. I also want to drop down a 3rd variety, which is the colorful one. So far, I've only dropped the Scarlet Nantes and the Denver 26. Let me show you how they are looking. So over here we have the Scarlet Nantes. So I started those on July 5th and this is how they're looking. Hopefully I get a fall harvest and I'm not waiting months and months and months to harvest my carrots like I did the first time that I grew carrots. And over here we have the Denver 26. So you can see a difference in the 2 varieties. The Denver 26, I would have to say, are beginner friendly because they germinate quick. All the seeds that I drop, y'all, germinated. At least that's what it looks like. I am going to be thinning those, but I want to wait until they get a little taller So, but yeah, this is how they're looking. I'm so excited. I think I'm going to be growing more of this variety in another container. But yeah, I can't wait. All right, the next on my list is going to have to be radishes. I've been going around the mountain with the radishes. I haven't been able to successfully grow radishes yet, but you know what? We're just gonna keep trying until we get it right. This time I am growing two varieties. I'm growing the icicle short top. I'm also growing the cherry bell. So these are the two varieties that I'm growing. Let me show you how they look. I'm going to be stuffing radishes all over the garden, y'all. Let me show you how they are looking so far. So we have one of them over here in this container. This is the cherry bell. Y'all, look at the tops. I mean, it looks promising, right? It looks like we are going to get some radishes, hopefully. I have not been able to get it to look like this ever. So this is a progress for me. This is a huge progress for me. This is how the other one is looking. I haven't fertilized them yet. The only thing that I amended the soil with when I planted the seeds were worm casting. That's it. But yeah, I love the way they are looking. These two are the cherry bells. We have cherry bells over here. Now these have to be thin. I'm going to be doing that today. And over here we have the icicle short top, which needs to be thinned as well. I think I'm going to be planting more seeds in this bucket, or maybe I should just leave it like that. I don't know what's going on with this one. Oh boy. But anyways, we're going to get a few radishes from this container. I am loving the way they are looking so far. And, you know, like I said, hopefully we get some radishes this year. I've never had radishes before. I've never tasted them, but they are beginner friendly. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, the next vegetable on my list is going to have to be spinach. Spinach is another vegetable that I have a difficult time growing from seed. I did start some indoors. They never germinated, y'all. They never germinated. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start them hydroponically. The same like I did with the lettuce. I've had a hard time growing lettuce from seed. So I started them hydroponically. And then a week later, after they germinated, I transferred them to the garden and I was able to get lettuce for a few months. So I think I'm going to do the same thing with the spinach because am I the only one that has a hard time growing spinach from seed? If you struggle to grow spinach from seed, let me know in the comments. It does take a while for them to germinate. This one is the Bloomsdale Long Standing. And it says that it can take 7 to 14 days to germinate. So I don't know, but I want me some spinach. I'm going to be starting it hydroponically. Follow my journey to see how I do with that. The next on my list is going to have to be beets. Beets, y'all. This is going to be a first time for me growing beets. And this is the tall top early wonder. These are huge, the huge varieties. Let me show you the containers that they are going, or the grow bags that they are going to be in. So I'm going to be putting them in the potato grow bags. Once I harvest the potatoes, I have two of the green potato bags. So once I harvest the potatoes, that is where I'm going to be dropping my beets. Yeah, hopefully we get some beets this year. I haven't started them yet, but beets would be next on my list. The next on my list is gonna have to be parsley. Yes, parsley, y'all. Now these have been with me since last year. Can you believe it, y'all? I have been getting parsley from these seeds that I started last year in, oh my gosh. Wow, look at the caterpillar. Are these caterpillars? Every time I come out here to make a video, y'all, I just keep finding these garden pests. Are these caterpillars? They're like all over my sweet potato leaves and they're just having a look at them. They're, oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna, wow, look at that. Look at that, y'all. This is crazy. We're gonna have to remove them. Okay, we're gonna have to remove them. Okay, so you see, they're all over the sweet potatoes and they're just having a feast. We're gonna have to remove them. Okay, I guess that's gonna be my next task. But parsley, y'all, is the next on my list. I am starting some indoors, but y'all, can you believe these have been with me since last year? We are what, 9 months into the year? I started these from seeds last year. I believe it was, I don't remember. But I know that I started them indoors last year, and when the temperature warmed up, I transferred them to this container, and they've been producing all this time. Parsley is an easy herb for beginners. If you are new to gardening, I would say this is an herb to try because it's just very easy to grow and very easy to maintain. I don't really fertilize it. Yeah, just make sure that it gets watered, and the more you harvest, the more it produces. Y'all, look at what the caterpillars or whatever these things are. Look at what they did to the. So that's what they did. Wow, this is crazy. Wow. And that is it, y'all. That is it. I'm just looking all over the garden like there's just so many bugs and pests that I need to get rid of. Anyways, that concludes the list of all the vegetables that you can start in September. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to check out my previous video, and I will see you all in the next one.